So let's talk about the day and then what comes next for the former president. We've got CBS News correspondent Michael George live tonight, Bedminster, New Jersey. President, this evening, first, I guess, talk to us about what the mood was like there when the president arrived. How many people? What was his demeanor when he was speaking to his supporters?
Well, Doug, we were there when the former president arrived, and there were about maybe 150 supporters there, diehard supporters who cheered as he arrived here at his private golf club, and they were really behind everything he was saying. He made the case to that audience that he did nothing wrong, that the president, when they leave office, has the discretion to hold on to these documents. He also claimed that previous presidents have done the same thing, and he was just doing what his predecessors did. Now, the key difference here is that former President Trump is also accused not only of holding on to these documents, but also asking his lawyer whether they should hide or destroy them once the government demanded them back. So that's the key difference in what he's charged with, according to prosecutors.
The devil's in the details of the 37-count indictment, of course. Let's talk about the legal process with his not guilty plea, his arraignment today. The legal side of all of this now really begins in earnest. So what should people know about what is coming next for the former president?
Well, Doug, first off, we are in uncharted waters here. No one can really predict what happens when a former president faces federal charges in the middle of an election. What we do know is typically with federal cases like this, they take a very long time. So it's very likely that this case will be continuing even post-election. So this is something that we're going to be talking about a lot throughout the campaign. The former president actually fundraising, using this indictment as a fundraising tool tonight. So we are going to be discussing this a lot more. It's very difficult to say exactly how this will play out, but this is something that's going to be going on for the next few months, potentially even years.
Michael George in Bedminster, New Jersey tonight with the former president. Michael, thank you so much.